From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Hey folks, good afternoon. So glad you could join me for your live weather at noon update, your June 8th edition. And it sure feels nice out there, at least compared to yesterday. The conditions just as a whole are nicer, right? We're not talking unsettled weather. Patchy fair weather, cumulus clouds in the sky, temperatures in the 80s. Still a little humid out there, but it's not quite as oppressive, but definitely feels like June. Winds currently out of the south, so lovely day out there. I don't expect us to have any rain issues for this afternoon, so go and take advantage of these nice conditions because I don't think it's going to stick. I'll discuss that more in just a moment. Beautiful green landscapes here looking from Cherokee. Beautiful skies there as well. Patchy fair weather cumulus, and I suspect that to stick around right over the next couple of hours. Notice we're not talking anything major at all to impede the forecast here. Highs in the lower 80s and even mid 80s in North Alabama. In fact, I would suspect a good handful of us, especially closer to the river, Huntsville over to Owens Crossroads, Delta, or Decatur rather, excuse me. And hey, Shoals, 86, 87. Yeah, I could easily see that happen. And I don't think we're going to see 90 just yet, but I do think we'll be pretty close to it in spots. Whole lot of nothing going on the board, so we've removed those rain chances. Don't expect that today here. Tonight looks dry too. We'll be in the mid 60s for lows, so a nice night there. Check it out though. Big batch of storms and showers moving on through tomorrow, perhaps even some development in the afternoon as well that we'll need to keep an eye on here for more strong thunderstorm activity. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather across all of the Tennessee Valley for tomorrow. So we'll have to watch that there. I think the primary threat with this is going to be damaging winds up to 60-65 miles an hour. Tornado threat is low, but it's not zero, although it is very low. So we're not going to be talking tornado outbreak situation or anything like that. However, with these super cells that can kind of get developed within a line, if you get those strong updrafts or if you get a push out with a surge of wind, you could get a spin-up tornado in there. So we'll have to watch that. But again, that's not the main threat. Hail is also not a huge issue. We're going to be seeing maybe quarter size isolated across the area, but I don't expect that to be widespread. Flooding, on the other hand, I do think that could be a little more widespread because we're already saturated, and with these heavy downpours, you could get very heavy rain rates, especially in those lower lying areas. So we'll have to watch that very carefully. And I do think we'll stay in this active pattern probably into the second half of the week and towards next weekend as well. A little bit of a break. Of course, today we're not really seeing much of anything. Tuesday and Wednesday don't look too shabby either, but notice it picks back up in the second half of the week. And of course, we see that big spike through tomorrow with those rain chances coming on in. In fact, strong thunderstorms are looking quite likely for some of us. As we head through Tuesday and Wednesday, though, that's that kind of gap where it's just stray. I really don't expect any huge issues from either day. And in fact, I would say North Alabama has the better shot at any precipitation either day, and even that won't be particularly widespread as the front is pushed off to our south. However, again, second half of the week, keep that umbrella on hand. Just because we're a little bit dry for today, Tuesday, and Wednesday does not mean we're done with this unsettled weather. Thanks for joining me here for this forecast update. If you missed it on Facebook, you can roll back in just a few minutes, or you can tune in at 2 for a fresh look at your forecast. And of course, I'll be back with you this evening at 6 and 9.
You're watching